Hi, welcome to my very first episode of Just Lala Unfiltered, your new favorite podcast, hopefully. This is a space where you can show up as your most true, unapologetic, authentic self. I'm your host, Lala, and around here we don't do filters. We do freedom. This podcast is all about the beautiful mess of being human, the highs and lows. We're diving into everything from my own personal experience and trending topics and a sprinkle of celebrity gossip. And of course, we want to talk about ways we can grow and protect our mental health. So, whether you're sipping wine in a silk robe or tuning in on your lunch break or winding down from a long day, this is your safe space, a space where we can talk real, think deeper, laugh harder, and hopefully heal together. My plan is to build a community where we encourage, support, and uplift each other. I want to start this journey by sharing a little bit about myself. I want to get a little personal with you guys, put you on my business because we're going to be friends. So, I know. Some of you know me from being briefly associated with another podcast. Um, I just want to say, in that particular situation, I decided to part ways because it did not align with my core values and where I am today as a woman. Unfortunately, we just made the decision to go our separate ways. I wish everyone well in that situation, but I am now here being just Lala. My goal is to educate, inspire, and entertain. So I want to go back a little bit to tell you why I even ever wanted to start a podcast. Back in 2004, sorry, I graduated high school and I wanted to go to this school called Specs Howard Media Arts. I went, I interviewed, and I actually got accepted. So when I got accepted, they gave me tuition, and I just couldn't, I guess, afford it at the time. My mom couldn't make the payments because there were no scholarships or anything, or I didn't have one for that particular school. But I did get a scholarship for a local college that I eventually ended up going to. I've always wanted to be in some sort of media or communications. That's always been my dream, and I just didn't know how to get into the door. And at the time, growing up in the hood, trying to make it with a mom and an incarcerated father, I didn't have that support. It was more get a stable job, if you know what I'm saying. If you can relate to your parents wanting you to go to school and be stable, that's the household that I grew up in, to have a safe job. So that's how I ended up in healthcare. I am currently a nurse. I've been a nurse since 2014, and I'm also a realtor. I've been a realtor for the last 3 years. So I hold many hats. I'm also a wife. I've been married almost 2 years, and I'm a mom as well. My daughter is 6, and I have a son as well. So I wear many hats. So we'll get to talk about a lot of different things here on this podcast, and hopefully we'll get to heal together. Um, just sharing our experiences. I want you to comment. I want you to share, like, subscribe, especially if you enjoy what I discuss here today. And moving on, I want to go into today's topic. Today's topic is about accountability. And accountability is something I've been dealing with lately. So I named this title, Am I the Drama? Just because it's so much drama in my friendship world, right? So am I the drama? Who knows? Maybe. Let's find out. So, accountability, I actually defined it because I wanted to talk about the exact definition of accountability so we all can be on the same page. I'm sure in your personal relationships, you have had an experience or can think about a time where you could have been accountable, more accountable. And we're not going to place blame on the other person. We're going to take accountability today ourselves. We're going to say what we could have done better or what we could have changed about the situation to get a better outcome. That's what I want to discuss today. I don't want to push blame on anybody in none of the situations that I've recently experienced. Were they hard? Yes. Were they heartbreaking? Absolutely. Friendship breakups matter and they hurt too. So I want to share that with you guys because the last few years, I'm so emotional. I've been losing so many friends. People I thought that I would be friends with forever. Like we would be in our 70s, retired on the beach with our husbands and wives and our kids playing. So it's hard, but we're going to talk about it today. I'm going to put you guys, as I said, all in my business. And I want to be in your business too. So don't forget to comment and share some of your personal experiences where you were accountable as well. So, the textbook definition of accountability is the ethical and conscious act of owning one's choices, actions, and their consequences, intended or not, while remaining open to feedback, correction, and growth. It is commitment not only to deliver on a promise, but to align one's behavior with values and uphold trust, foster transparency within one's own self and in relationships to others. There are key layers to accountability: ownership, integrity, answerability, repair and growth, and relational responsibility. I want to go into what happened to me recently where I feel like I should have been more accountable. I had two friendships, not just one, that I valued very much. And not because of the length of time, just because I felt like I could be my true, raw, and authentic self with these people. I didn't have to put on a shield and pretend to be someone else. I could genuinely just be myself. I didn't have to be fake. I could literally tell them everything I was thinking and feel like I'm not judged. But they are red flags in friendships that I ignored. My accountability part is when I felt undervalued, when I felt like I should have communicated more, when I felt like the friendship just didn't serve me anymore, where I was doing all of the giving. I should have maybe spoke up. I should have maybe talked to them, privately, one on one, separately, or when I felt things just was not going the way they should be in a friendship. Excuse me. I honestly feel like in friendship, you should be able to talk to one another. I honestly feel like taking ownership, which is a key factor in accountability, is very important. So I take ownership in my role. And to you too, because I know you will be watching. I'm sorry. I truly apologize that I no longer will be a part of your lives anymore. I truly apologize that you did not value our friendship. I truly apologize that you were horrible people to me and you misled me that we were going to be friends forever and that you trusted me and that I could trust you. So I apologize that this end of an era is over. The 20-year friendship is no longer. You guys are boop to me, and you can fill in the blank. I no longer want to be associated with you, and after today, I will not be talking about you, okay? So please, you can no longer discuss me. And it's fine. There are hard feelings because I cared, but I'm moving on, and I hope you heal. And to one of you, thanks for the watch. Life is beating you up already. So to talk about me and say negative things is only going to continue to bring negative karma in your life. So I hope you heal, mature, and stop telling everybody's business. I know you guys can relate to having a cutthroat snake friend because we've all had that experience, but I'm sure you wouldn't allow it for 20 years. And if you did, please don't. When you start to notice red flags in a friendship, cut it off immediately. Those people don't change, they get worse. They use you at your lowest. They take advantage of you when you need them the most. So learn from my mistakes. Take ownership and your responsibility in that friendship and cut it off. Take accountability of what you could have done sooner to end it because you don't deserve to feel the way that I feel. So please learn from my mistakes because am I hurt? Absolutely. But am I moving on? Yes. Because one thing God does, He takes and He replaces with much better. So I have my family, people that love me, my kids, and my beautiful husband. I don't know why he's such a problem for people, but he is my favorite person in the world. And he loves me, he uplifts me, and he supports me. And I hope that you guys have someone that loves you and supports you as well. And if you don't, I hope God brings that person to you because you deserve it. Everybody deserves to be happy. And I hope that you guys are searching for your happiness and healing because today is a healing journey for me and we're going to heal together. Integrity is another layer and a key component to accountability. Integrity is acting in alignment with your core values, even when no one is watching, and being honest about your limitations and your mistakes. In friendship, if the person you're friends with does not have integrity to other people, an example, if they do things like stealing, lying, manipulate their friends, you are next. You are no different, sweetheart. Don't think you're special. You're going to be next, whether sooner than later. If you're dealing with people with no integrity, you're going to be on a chopping block soon. So please learn from my mistakes. The next layer is answerability. Answerability is being willing to explain and justify your actions when necessary, especially when others are affected. What I can say about answerability within these friendships that I've been discussing so clearly today, I did apologize to someone that was affected by my actions with a confrontation. And to you, I'm sorry still, genuinely, because you were not the intended target, regardless of how you may feel about me. The next layer is repair and growth, the new stage that I'm in. It's not just about apologizing, but admitting your fault and taking actions to make things right and improve the behavior over time. That is the stage that I'm currently in. I'm making things right, not with these people that were never my friends, really. I'm making things right with myself. I'm making things right with God. I'm making things right with my family. I'm making things right with things that matter to me. I'm no longer taking from everybody that loves me, pouring into people that really don't like me. So please learn from my mistakes, you guys. Do not pour into people that are not given to you. Everybody and everything should add to you. Don't be fooled by social media. Everything is not lights, camera, action. People post the highlight reels of their lives. They do not post the lows. And everybody go through lows. Everybody. Think about your favorite celebrity, the most favorite person you look up to, they go through lows. I don't know what your religion is or what you believe in, but let's think about God. They talked about Jesus Christ, and who are you? So do not hold yourself on a pedestal and put everything into people. You put everything into something different that's going to pour back into you. And I believe in a higher power, so that's where I put my everything. And you don't have to be like me. Whatever you believe is whatever you believe. I don't judge. We're healing here. We're on a journey. We're not judging. Be who you need to be, but be a good person. Have integrity. Relational Relationability or relational responsibility is just recognizing how your actions impact others and being present to their perspectives and their need for boundaries or your need to set boundaries. What I realized I needed to set boundaries, and you may need to set boundaries, and you should, because setting boundaries is healthy. Not only healthy to maintaining a relationship, but healthy for your mental health as well. In order for you to cope at work, cope in your life, cope as a wife, a mom, a girlfriend, a daughter, you have to set boundaries and you have to make time for yourself. So today's episode is just me getting real personal, getting to the depths of why I have been feeling the way that I've been feeling. And hopefully you don't make the mistakes that I've made in friendships and in life. Because sometimes it takes an incident or someone to have an experience and they share that experience and hopefully you can learn from it. I've had multiple experiences. And that's why I want to share them with you guys here on Just Lala Unfiltered. We're going to have guests. We're going to talk about a lot of topics and anything that you want to talk about. Please, please, please comment those things. I know we got a little deep, but I had to get some things off my chest. But I also don't want no one to go through the things that I recently had to go through. Don't be like me and allow people's opinions to affect the way you feel about yourself. Honestly, your opinion of you is the only opinion that matters. Other people's opinion of you is really none of your business. And I've went so long with allowing people's opinions of me to affect how I act, how I feel about myself, how I do things. And I'm no longer doing that. And I hope you don't either. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. And small minds discuss other people. So, with that being said, I want you to do me a favor. Evaluate your circle. Evaluate the people in your life and just see who adds what. I'm not saying dismiss, not entertain or not engage with your friends and stop being friends with them because they couldn't attend your birthday party. I'm talking about real value. Like someone that uplifts you, someone that if you needed something, you could call them, someone that you can depend on, someone that you could put on your emergency card. You will be amazed how many people have no emergency contact other than their mother. You will be amazed. So please evaluate your circle. See who adds value to you because I have finally realized who adds value to me. I'm not just here to get too deep. We're going to have some fun too, but I just wanted this first episode to get you to know me and I want to know you guys too. So please don't forget to evaluate your circle, okay? Because I'm telling you, you will realize some things that I realized later on in life. So I want to pivot just a little bit. No, I got a little deep for myself. I got emotional. I apologize, but they say you don't feel things or whatever. I do feel things. Things hurt. Relationships hurt when you care, and I cared a lot about people that I thought held me to a standard, and I held them to a standard. I feel that how I feel about myself should not affect you and how you feel about yourself. So if people are trying to make you feel less than because you feel confident and you walk in a room with your head held high, maybe that's not the circle you should be in. You should reevaluate that circle as well. I think that we should all go where we're celebrated and not tolerated. And that's what I'm doing. So I hope you guys come with me and we celebrate each other. What I did to protect my mental health is a stigma, I think, in the Black community is therapy. I've been in therapy. Well, I went, I want to say, for about 3 years. It was very helpful. I wasn't in therapy for friendships or whatever. I was just in therapy for life because life is challenging. The way you grow up is challenging. I realized a lot of childhood trauma shaped the woman that I am today. So I needed to do that to heal a lot of things, to be a better mom, a better friend, a better wife. I just needed that for myself. So if you're having a hard time and it's very challenging and you don't think you could trust the people around you or you just reevaluating your circle as I suggested and you just need someone to talk to, therapy is covered by insurance. If you have insurance or if you pay out of pocket or whatever, you can get a therapist. And you don't have to share that with everybody. That could be something personal that you do for your own mental health because that's what I did. I didn't call my homegirl or those best friends I had and say, hey, I'm going to therapy. No. I realized I was acting out, wasn't myself, and I was always sad, crying myself to sleep, and I didn't understand what was wrong with me, what's happening to me. I needed some help, and I got professional help to pull me out of my depression. I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and we can get into that if y'all want on another episode. But I definitely was diagnosed with that, and I just been given the tools from therapy of how to deal with anxiety and depression. On the outside, looking in, everything can look perfect from a highlight reel on Instagram and Facebook, but people go through real things. We go through, we grow through, and we get through. As long as you put your faith where it needs to be, and usually your faith should be in you and whatever you believe in. But therapy helps me a lot. It's helping me use those tools to every day. I don't like think about it. I just do it. Even in this confrontation I had going back to that friendship, I stopped myself from saying a lot of things because these people were hurting me. You're saying things to hurt me, and I don't want to hurt you. I never want to hurt anybody that I consider a friend or that I loved. And these particular people were, I felt under attack. And when you say things about my character, my marriage, you're trying to hurt me. And before I stoop all the way to your level, I'm going to just remove myself completely. If you can do that to me, that means you're not a good person. And to anybody, if you're in a friendship where you feel like you don't trust this person, you don't like this person, or this person is not adding to you in whatever way, just remove yourself. Why wait till it gets so far gone when you already know there is an issue brewing instead of harboring feelings? Just move around. It's okay to choose you. If I'm not your cup of tea, there's so many other teas out there. If I'm not your pop, you don't like my taste, they got Sprite, Coke, it's whatever you want. If I'm not it, it's okay. I love me, and there's so many people that do. So it's okay. It's okay to be in a room and feel alone. That's okay. So you're not alone. Somebody's always with you, watching you, supporting you. You have to pay attention to the love and ignore the hate. And I think that's where people get it confused. And I was one of those people. I always paid attention to what people thought about me. I always cared too much about how people perceived me when I come in, or someone saying, for example, "Ooh, girl, you got to put on all that makeup to go out." I like makeup. Now this same person wants to learn how to do makeup. Interesting how the tables turn, right? So again, be yourself, whatever that looks like for you. I just want our community to uplift each other. I want to educate you guys about real estate. If you would like specific questions, please ask me on my YouTube. You can comment under this video, or you can send in questions, and I definitely will answer them for you because I love real estate. That's one of my passion projects as well. I just want to be a safe space, a healing space. I want to be what I didn't have and what I finally have. And I just was pouring into people that weren't pouring into me. So I didn't realize the power that I had and things that I already have. What I was searching for, I literally already had it. So we're coming to a close. I have ranted for a while. But before I let you go, I just want to say thank you for showing up, for choosing yourself, for choosing this space. Just Lala Unfiltered is more than just a podcast for me. It's a movement, it's a vibe. It's a place where we can it's a place where we are the standard, not the exception. So I want you to support me as I support you. And if you have something that you want me to discuss, please let me know. If you have some brands and products you want me to promote, I will do that for you. Please let me know. And I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to our very first episode, Just Lala Unfiltered. I hope you come back next time. Love you. Bye.